he's copying. I don't know if anyone can see me. Let me know if you can. I'm just testing this thing to see if I can do this live stream business. Here I am. All right. I'm back to front. Let's see. This is my right hand, left hand. Let's see if you see it on my channel page. Oh, I am. Oh, yes, it is. I've got 9 people watching me. Oh, hello. Hey, another blonde. Merry Christmas, Tom. It's working. You can see me. Oh, hi, another blonde. How are you? I've still got that shining thing on my head, haven't I? Merry Christmas, all of you. Thanks for joining me. Another blonde says, "Is Kubrick with you?" Kubrick? A Kubrick? Oh, well, I'm going to get a hat to put on because I'm a bit exposed at the moment. There's that hat I was wearing the other day. That was good, that one. Here it is. No, it's not there. Here it is. Right. I think there's a little bit of a delay because I can see like there's like a couple of seconds delay on the thing. Yeah, I'm back to front. I am. Yeah. This is my right hand. That's my left hand. So I don't know why that is, but straight to see. Oh, and I'm seeing myself here, but there's a slight delay. Through the looking glass. Maybe it's something to do with CERN. I don't know. But how are you guys? I hope you're all right. Thanks, Craig. Merry Christmas to you too. We see. Oh, hey, Safety Man. It's great you're all online and you can see me. Maybe I'll just put myself on. I'll just put myself on Facebook so people can see me. I don't think this is working. I tried to get this to work a little while ago and it didn't work, and now it's working. This is really great. There we are. So hopefully people on Facebook can see me now. I'll put it on Twitter as well. That's all. There we are. Great. I don't know what you guys are all doing for Christmas. I hope you're all having fun. I am. Well, I've just basically gone to see my. Well, I went with my daughter to see her mother and her uncle. That's her mother's brother. And I've just come back now. And well, I'm thinking. I don't know, fuck the Illuminati with boughs of holly. And things like that. It's good we aren't watching the BBC. Yeah, definitely Another Blonde, that's right. There's some pretty awful programmes on. Although there was that, I started watching this thing with, I think it was Mr. Bean's Holiday. I was watching that round at Louisa's mum's house. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was quite good fun. And I mean, I've come back now, and I'm going to. What am I going to do? I've got to write some articles. Actually, I just got to write a little bit. And I'm going to write a little bit more about my book, my new book. I'm going to write some more on that because my new book is coming along all right. It's coming along quite nicely. I got an email from Miles saying Happy Christmas, so Happy Christmas to Miles. I got an email from Michael Shrimpton wishing me Happy Christmas. Oh, I've composed I've composed a Christmas carol for Michael Shrimpton. I've only got 2 lines so far. God rest ye Jerry mental men, let nothing you blow up. I'm trying to think of the next bit now. So Merry Christmas to Michael Shrimpton. And another blonde says Mr. Bean's Holiday is 20 years old. It was it's pretty good. I was just watching a bit of it, but I think it's finished now. I mean, when it took how long it took me to get home, and so I'm now going to maybe have a drink, and there's no one's here. I mean, the guys have gone out. Just me in the house. They're Muslim anyway, so they do. Hello, Vrillon. Merry Christmas to you too. Basically, I also wanted to say that I know there's a kind of not much crossover between them, because there's like one group of people who watch Hapanwo TV, and there's a separate group of people who listen to Hapanwo radio. But and I know that the two are kind of. I know some of you do enjoy both, but most of you seem to be either one or the other. But if any of you watching this on the 30th, that's the day before Christmas, day before New Year's Eve, so you could call it New Year's Eve, I suppose. I'm doing a radio show called the Review of the Review of the Year. Merry Christmas, DJ B2. It's going to be called the Review of the Year. And I'm basically going to go through all the. Let's turn this around a little bit. Is that better? Because I'm sort of like on one side of the picture at the moment. It's going to be about everything that's happened over the course of the year. It's going to be like a year-end wrap-up show kind of thing. And so if you want to check that out, it'd be great to see you in the chat box. Because there's a chat box there as well, like this one, and you can interact with me and stuff like that. But it's good to talk to you again. I mean, I know some of you. I've met another blonde I know. I've met several times, and Vrillon Aura I've met. They both exist. It's hard to know on these days on the internet, isn't it, whether people exist or not? But I know those people do exist. But I was just saying to someone on Facebook. I mean, I don't know if they want to a fictitious entity. Yes, yeah. On a birthday, but that's interesting. I won't name this person. I don't know if they want to be named. I'm not a number. No, you're not. But this person was talking about how a fictitious entity. Christmas is about a fictitious entity, and it is. It's and I'm not talking about Santa Claus, even though that's fictitious, of course. I'm talking about Jesus. Now, we don't really know who Jesus was, because there's been so much. The church, as it's known, the Christianity, is an artificial religion. It was created several centuries after Jesus was supposed to have lived by the Roman Empire, and all the features of Jesus' life: being born to a virgin mother, being born on the 25th of December, dying, being in the ground for 3 days and rising again. All that, the whole thing, is found in other faiths such as Mithras and other religions that already existed in the Roman Empire. Excuse me. Of course, it's all about solar worship, isn't it? It's all about sun symbolism. I do have some, because on the winter solstice, the sun reaches the lowest point in the cycle, and then it rises on the third morning. Is said the third morning after the winter solstice is said to be when the sun rises from and is reborn, and that, of course, is Christmas Day. Now, maybe another blonde can say more about this, because another blonde I know used to live in Egypt, and so you'd be familiar with Horus and the sun worshipping there. So that Jesus himself, I mean, you go back to the contemporary text of Jesus, and there's things like the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Nag Hammadi Gospels and things like that. And sorry, I'm rambling a bit. I didn't. This is just a test run, really. This particular one. Hi, it's Jorge Rodriguez. Merry Christmas, Ben from Australia. Merry Christmas, Jorge. I hope you're enjoying yourself on the beach. And the things like the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Nag Hammadi Gospels. Oh, excuse me. Indicate a difference of the story. I mean, the story we see in the Gospel. I don't believe Jesus was born to a virgin mother. I think he was born, if he existed. Some people say maybe he never even existed. Oh, and another bond. On the 21st of December, the Son is born inside Karnak Temple 0723. Right. That's interesting. That's it. So you see these ideas that the sun worship already existed. But I don't believe he was born to a virgin mother. I imagine he was conceived in the usual way, and probably Joseph was his father. And of course, you know very well. I just shot someone in the balls. Oh dear, oh dear. That sounds painful, DJ. What do they do to deserve that? Villanora, watching the sun come up, but it was cloudy. Yeah, I know it's cloudy here. I wish these geoengineers would just give us a white Christmas just for once, rather than these male feminists. It was probably DJ. It was probably Kevin Logan. I bet, wasn't it? Pacanum of the flesh. Yeah. Now, of course, you're familiar with the Rennes-le-Château mystery. I mean, it's probably you are, but it's sort of lost popularity over the last few years. But I still think it's very, very interesting. And this idea that it's this notion that Jesus actually had a child. He was married to Mary Magdalene, and of course, in the Nag Hammadi Gospels, Mary Magdalene, who's a character in the Gospels we know of, the official Gospels, plays a much bigger role. In the official Gospel, she's this woman who Jesus rescues from being stoned, and then stoned to death for adultery, and then that's the only role she really plays. She's a prostitute. But in the Nag Hammadi Gospels, it's quite likely that she was his wife, and maybe they had a child, and that child went on to, well, in the Rennes-le-Château mystery, it moves to France. The child ends up in France, and you have a bloodline leading up to the present day. So, Sweeps, hi Sweeps. Thanks for your email, Sweeps. I'll reply to your email in due course. And Rachel, hello Rachel, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Creation is a miracle. It's not a big deal for God to have a virgin conceive. Well, thing about it is, I mean, it's the Virgin Mother thing is actually esoteric, and it goes back. I mean, there's no reason to think that she was. I'm sure God could do that if he wanted to, but why would he? Paranormal Explorer, hello, Merry Christmas. And Alan McVicker, whiz she feck a virgin, Mary pumped the milk, Joseph hadn't a clue, pure drama it was. Well, you know, I mean, personally, if I was Joseph and my wife came home pregnant and said, it's not your child, I was conceived by an angel in the desert or something, I think I would wonder if that's a rather strange excuse. Paranormal Explorer, any plans for the new year, pal? Well, paranormal. You know what? I'm going to do another movie review video, one of my roving movie reviews, where I take my camera to the cinema, like the ones I've done for previous films. And these are going to be. This is the film I'm going to see. You'll probably guess which one. It's the most famous one out at the moment. It is the new Star Wars film. So that's what I'm going to do. Rachel says, certain truths inherent in creation. Satan already knew of God's plan. He reverses or corrupts things to muddy the waters. Pauline Phillips. Hello, Pauline. Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you. I hope you're having a nice day, all of you. So Christmas, yeah. I mean, another blonde. So Richard D. Hall has Richard D. Hall done anything subsequent to the revelations of UFO contact? Richard has done a lot of very interesting things. I mean, his series is finished for this year, but he's doing a new one soon. He's going to go on tour again. I hope to see him. Excellent guy. Excellent, very excellent researcher indeed. Not I agree with everything he says, but who do I agree with everything he says? I need some more dragon juice. One moment. I just it's actually this. It's lemon squash, but it's like I've got that as well. David Icke. I put that's over my top of my water jug. So Jesus was a spiritual teacher, perhaps, you know, but he was like a spiritual guy, but he wasn't a religious man. You know, he probably the church. I mean, what the church has become and what it's done, it's the last thing Jesus would ever have wanted. He must be appalled that this monstrosity of power and wealth and corruption and child abuse has come up centred around him. Merry Christmas, Jamie. Merry Christmas and Sweeps. Great. Thanks, Sweeps. It's great to talk to Sweeps again. Sweeps, I will see you at Probe, I hope, because, I mean, as you sent me an email, I will reply to your email in due course. I've just been a bit busy, but I hope to see you at Probe. I'm speaking at Probe, by the way. That's an important point. I'm speaking at Probe on, let me just get the details of what I'm doing this year. This year coming, 2018. I'm doing quite a few interesting things, I should point out. Well, firstly, my new book. I'm going to write my new book. Roswell. It's the third one in the series. I mean, my new book, Roswell Revealed, is out now. I don't have a copy on me. Well, you know what it looks like. I've shown you. I've done an entire video about my book. And I'm writing a third one. It's going to be a trilogy. But I'm also speaking. I'm speaking at Probe on the 24th and 25th of March, and it's going to be at the YMCA Centre, St Anne's Road, Lytham, St Anne's, Lancashire. And now this is the old venue. It's lovely because I've been nostalgic for that old venue. It is a really nice. It is a really nice. It's not perfect. It's a bit drafty and the seats aren't very comfortable, but it has a charm of its own, and it's really nice to be going back there. Now, you know, because I did a video about Probe, that Probe moved to a new venue called the Inn on the Prom, which is a hotel by the seafront, and we had a lovely conference actually. But since then, there's been, I don't know exactly why this is, but the team that produces the Probe conference every 6 months has split into two separate teams that are producing two separate conferences, and I'm not sure why that is. I know there's been some kind of dispute. But I'm at one of those conferences. I'm at one. I think the other team are producing one in the autumn. The team I'm with are producing one in the spring. And I'll speak at either of them. I'm not bothered. I don't have a dog in that race. But that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope to see you there. I'm also speaking at the Swansea UFO Network, SUFON, on the 27th of February. This is 8 PM, and the venue is the New Lodge, Alexandra Road, Gorseinon, Swansea, Wales. And I'll be talking about the Nottinghamshire Roswell. I'm also talking at the Weird Weekend North, which is an affiliate of the Weird Weekend organised by the Centre for Fortean Zoology in Devon. And this is at the Saturday the 7th and Sunday the 8th of April. And I'll be talking about Helen Duncan. It's another Helen Duncan one. I hope to have some updates from them. I'm in touch with Margaret, and hopefully Margaret and I are going to go through some new information, and hopefully there'll be some updates. Margaret is Helen's granddaughter and is campaigning to have her pardoned. The venue is the Rixton with Glazebrook Community Hall, Manchester Road, Hollins Green, Warrington. It's on the Cheshire and Greater Manchester border. Now, don't forget the UFO Truth magazine as well, because that's there's an exclusive film interview with David Icke there. That'll be good. There's another one too. All these details are on. You'll find on Panmo Radio as well. Okay. Now, there's a conference in Oxford. Right? Do you remember the Roswell 70 conference last year? Well, I'm organising a new one, like another one like that, which is going to be called Dreaming Saucers. This, of course, is a play on the Dreaming Spires, the city of Dreaming Spires, which is the nickname for Oxford. And so I'm having a conference called Dreaming Saucers, which is going to be like the Roswell 70 event, because that went so well, I thought I'll do another one. And this is going to be Saturday the 12th and Sunday the 13th of May. I was a bit worried that the royal wedding might clash with that when I found out that Harry and Meghan were tying the knot. I mean, I can compete with Megalithomania, which is on that weekend, but I can't compete with the royal wedding. And the venue is the White House, Oval Office. No, not really. It's a pub in Oxford called the White House, and this is 38 Abingdon Road. Now, I chose that because it's quite cheap, and it also, unlike most places in Oxford, it's quite easy to get to. There's a good bus; you can get there easily on the bus. There's car parking nearby. There's a car park in the actual pub itself, and if that's full, there's a park and ride down the road, just 3 stops on the bus. I'll be speaking, of course, but also so will Miles Johnston, Ellis Taylor, Nick Hayes, Sandra DeRoy, Tony Topping, Deborah Hatswell, Neil Geddes Ward. And we'll be seeing Sandra DeRoy's film Awakening of 12 Strands. There'll be a showing of this. And also, there's going to be a live, free, conspiratorial tour of Oxford performed by me. Yeah. There's a couple of other events coming up as well. I'll give you details of those at another time. But let's have a look who's in chat. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Jesus was a Nazarene, not a Christian. Right, yeah. Jesus, and Na means fire in Arabic. Sorenable says, have you had any turkey today? No, I haven't. I thought that Louisa's mother, that's my daughter's mother, my ex-partner, I thought she might be cooking, but she wasn't. I haven't got anything here. Well, I've got some just normal food here. But tomorrow I'm going to spend some time with my dad and my brother's away. My dad and my daughter and my dad's friends at his girlfriend's house, my dad's girlfriend's house. And we're going to have dinner there. It should be nice. And Rachel says, there's a lot of corruption in the church, that's to be expected, as Satan would have attacked God's institutions more than others. God bless and Merry Christmas. Same to you, Rachel. And yeah, I mean, of course, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious. I believe in, I think it's convenient to say there's a God, a consciousness to the universe, that it's inconvenient to call God. But yeah, I mean, the church is much more likely to be a work of the devil than a work of the God, of any God. Safety man, I live 1 mile from where the Mansfield Roswell happened. Really? Oh, so you're in that area too, safety man? You're in the area of Nottingham, or near Nottingham. Yeah, so check. I mean, you've probably seen my videos, but go and have a look, check it out yourself. Check out the clearing in the woods and that. Paranormal Explorer. If you're ever in Leicestershire way, drop me a PM and you're welcome to use our spare room. Oh, lovely. Thanks, Paranormal Explorer. That'd be really nice of you. Oh, you're a friend of Dan's. Oh, good old Dan Bostock. Yeah, good on you. Yeah, he's a good guy. Dan was. I wouldn't be able to make those videos without Daniel Bostock. He was brilliant. And Nigel Crowley, of course, the researcher. He was the inspiration behind the videos. I'm very, very glad to have got in touch with both those guys. So thanks, Paranormal Explorer, for the invitation. Roger Salsgame. Hey, Roger. Merry Christmas for my favourite Larry Warren supporter. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, actually. A new film's coming out about Larry Warren. Capel Green. I've known this for a couple of months. I'm not going to say anything. And it's been like, I've got to tell people. I want to tell people. But we've been keeping it very, very quiet. But yeah, I mean, this is going to finally put an end to this nonsense about Larry being all these horrible things people said about Larry. This is going to, it really is, and it's going to address every single point that the detractors have made and debunk them. I mean, I've been doing that myself. I'll do another video about Larry. I mentioned Larry in one of my videos. I've been doing that myself, but I will certainly be. But I'll certainly be doing a video myself. But this Capel Green is really, really going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing film. Brand new information is going to come out. New documents have never been seen before. A polygraph study of Larry a polygraph interrogation of Larry Warren. The results are going to come out in that. It's going to be great. And Tezza, man, hello Tezza. You met Larry a few times in Liverpool. Yeah, Larry's a great guy. He's great fun. He's very talkative. Typical New Yorker. He's a good lad. He really is. He doesn't deserve all this crap that's been thrown at him. He's basically fallen out with someone. He's just had a personal falling out with somebody. That's all it is. It happens to us all the time. Every day if you're on Facebook. I just had another person block me yesterday who I used to like. But so that's all that happened, and this whole idea that somehow this person who fell out with him has just created this fantasy that Larry's a fraud and a con man. It lies, all lies from start to finish. And this film is going to really, really close this case for good, because no one will dispute what is put in the film. That'll be the end of it. Safety Man. I can remember the loud sonic bang as if it were yesterday. That did you hear Safety? Oh, the sonic boom of the you were. So you actually were there in 1987, and you remember the actual explosion. Because I've talked to several people there. I mean, actually, Safety, I think you actually I know you're on Facebook. You might have actually told me this before, but you were not. You were actually. You remember it because it was a huge explosion. There was a lot of damage done. There was an electromagnetic pulse. It was really quite amazing. Roger says here. You remember it as if it were yesterday. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. And of course, the area was sealed off. The whole area was sealed off. Basically, when they got rid of the wreckage. It's cool that you can order a physical copy. Yes, you can. You can get it on DVD, but it's not. It won't actually be on sale until. There'll be more details coming in February about how to buy it. There'll be a deluxe DVD edition, and then it will go on to general sale. Hopefully, I'm hoping to see it on maybe TV. On TV, maybe you'll put it on some TV channels, or maybe in the cinema. Maybe hopefully it'll be on a limited release in the cinema. David Schultz says, "What's your take of SpaceX launch that stirs alien UFO in California?" I've not seen that. I've been looking at the SpaceX rockets going up and down, which is quite amazing when they can land. They can go up and then just land. That's not been done before. They don't need parachutes and all these other things. But, of course, it's all rockets themselves are obsolete technology. You know, so Elon Musk, it's ironic he's named his car company Tesla. Because Nikola Tesla, who that's named after, you know, bit of dragon juice now. Nikola Tesla was created technology, and indeed some of this technology has come from extraterrestrial crashes, like the Roswell incident, but it's also been invented by humans, which means you wouldn't need, you would not need, you wouldn't need rockets. Roger Couch said, "Hey, but Nick Pope says it too. Must be true." We can't rule it out. I can neither confirm nor deny that. Yes, on Nick Pope. Funny, I was watching the Mr. Bean movie yesterday. Isn't Nick Pope like Mr. Bean? I mean, Nick Pope says, "I'm not just a desk clerk," he says. "I was an investigator. I'm Britain's Fox Mulder," he says. Right? Well, unfortunately, Nick, if you dress like one, though, you look like one because of your clothes and those glasses you've got on. You look like a desk clerk. I mean, you project this image. I mean, if you just wear something different and you know, have a different set pair of glasses, you know, you'll look a bit more James Bondy. Safety Man, you're 52. All right, so you certainly would have been you'd been adult in that time, Safety Man, because you'd have been. I can't work it out now, but you'd have certainly been grown up and would have been able to remember what happened. Yeah. Whether we'll ever get to the bottom of it, the Mansfield incident, I call it the Nottinghamshire Roswell. Hopefully we will. I mean, that's what I keep working on. But I hope to go back there soon. I don't have a base of operations anymore, unfortunately, because I split up with Sue Stain. Now that's I've told you that story before. But I used to basically have a second home in Nottingham because my girlfriend lived there. But after 8 years together, we split up, which is sad. Oh, I've just something from space.com has just come up. I've had a pop up showing. Oh, it's all the astronauts on the International Space Station with their Santa hats on. oh. I do believe it exists. I don't believe the Earth is flat, and I don't believe this is all this other stuff. The Earth's not flat. Okay. So that's. I can't think of anything else to say now, so I'll end it now, I think. But I just want to say, have a Merry Christmas, all of you. It's really great. Thanks for joining the Spurg chat and talking in the Spurg chat. I don't want it's a bit calling it a Spurg chat. Everyone calls it Spurg chat. It's live chat on live streams, but I don't. But I'll do another of these live streams pretty soon. Now I got it working, because last time I tried to do this, I couldn't get the software to work, but now it's working. So that's good. So now I know what to do. I can do these live streams another time. Paranormal Street, you're originally from Nottinghamshire, old bastard. Old bastard? Oh, Basford. Oh, right. What you got planned for after New Year, Ben? Anything? Oh, right, yeah, I'd love to. Paranormal, I'd love to come and see you sometime. Yeah. I'm after New Year. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I know I've got a few things planned, but I'll maybe come and see you sometime. That'd be great. Hunley says yes. The Earth is as flat. Hunley, hey, nice to see you again, Hunley. I've not heard from you for a while. Are you all right? I see you still. I do watch your uploads and stuff sometime, but nice to see you. The Earth is flat as a pizza and was made in Italy. Oh well, at least it wasn't made in China like most things. Take Ben, care Ben, all the best. Phil. Oh, Phil, that's your name. Nice to speak to you, Phil. Phil Hainsworth. I think I've got you on Facebook actually. Yeah. Keep me informed, and I'll pop down. To see you. Yeah, Parallel. You're welcome to come to Oxford. I can show you around. There's lots of interesting things there. And Villanora, nice. Thanks for posting in the chat box. And to everyone else, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I think what happens now is this will become just another video on my channel, so I'll just post a link to that. Because once the live stream stops on other people's channels, I know that it just becomes a video. It just becomes a kind of video on their channel. So we'll see what happens anyway. But I'll post a link when this does become a channel video. I think I'll just press this to stop now. So thanks very much, guys, and hopefully goodbye if I press this button and something happens. So Merry Christmas to you.